Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Yeah, I know it's been a while since I've had to, have to deal with parts order and all that stuff. It's nothing. Let me tell you about parts orders. It's not so bad. Just takes your soul. Oil pump gears. So the claim is that the gears inside your oil pump are weak. You have to pay $200 to buy billet oil pump gears to save your engine from catastrophic engine failure. $200 is $200 at the end of the day. Is it worth spending the money on oil pump gears? Oh yeah. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy on those oil pump gear bitches. We're gonna pretend the oil pump gear is Danielson. I'm gonna hold it all the way up and we're gonna drop the Cobra from the ceiling. No mercy. Coming for you, Danny boy. Now I got my oil pump. This is the Coyote oil pump. And it's basically the same. Doesn't matter F-150 or Mustangs, according to the Ford website. They're both the same housing. All right, here we go. So you got your 5L oil pump, right? Now, take your rings out. Test it about shoulder height. Put a little scratch on it, but nope. All right, about eye level. It definitely doesn't ring. Oh, there you go. It's cracked. All right, there's your crack. And last but not least, from ceiling height, about 7.5 feet. Oh yeah, that is busted. This myth is confirmed. Look, even another chunk came off when I dropped it again. All right, so, yep. How many times I gotta run? I guess once it breaks the first time, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, yep. There it is. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Mr. Nasty. Look at that. Busted. This myth is confirmed. Look at that. Now, do we really want this to happen to the engine you just spent all that time and money and effort putting together? Nope. I'm going to do this instead. All right, give it a nice coat of oil, and this should work much better. Yeah, so now it spins nice. Yeah, assembly lube is available. All right, so there we go. There we go. Good. All right, got a little bit of oil pre-lubed in there. Now we're good. Now we got now I got my oil pump gears in here. These are going to stand up a lot better. I'm going to put this back together. And you just tighten it up. That's it. And that simplified is how you change the oil pump gears on a Coyote. And then you reach in there and you confirm that everything moves. Yep. Yep, everything is free, everything moves the way it's supposed to. There we go. That's it. There you go. Yep. You know it wasn't going to happen. The oil pump gears can't withstand the Cobra. Yeah. Anyway, on a serious note, yep, definitely worth, you know, the insurance policy. Yeah, I did have to hold it up, you know, for the second drop test was about eye height, you know, and then it cracked, and then it didn't really break until I held it up to the ceiling in the third drop. So I don't know if your engine's ever gonna, your oil pump gear's ever gonna have that kind of jolt, but you never know, you know. I'd rather have the peace of mind of spending the extra, you know, the extra money. I'd rather not take the engine apart, because you saw, and you should have seen in the earlier videos, just what it took to get to the oil pump to get it off. And if it does fail, chances are you're gonna have to get a new engine. So, yep, it's worth it. On to the next part of the build. Always double check that you're doing this right the first time. It's better to double check and triple check. There we go. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3 is the next one. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is the next one. 7 and 8, 9, 10. Torque. I always double tap. 40 Newton meters, 1 through 10 in sequence. Clockwise, 90 degrees in sight. Oh, that's gonna be fun. All right, step 1 is completed. 40 Newton meters. Here we go. Nope. If you do make a mistake, don't panic, it's not the end of the world. Just continue with the torque sequence. Go back to the torque sequence. Get myself all confused here. And now, the fun part. Now we're going to turn it 90 degrees, the same torque pattern. Right? So now, oh boy, this is going to be fun. 6 Newton meters. So now you got to turn it to an additional 45 degrees. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Look at it, the heads are on. Now it's starting to look like an engine. Look how freaking wide that thing is. Clean oil pump installation process. It's oriented like this. The gears have to be where the little grooves are on the top and the bottom to line up with the crankshaft. Crankshaft is at 9 o'clock, the little Woodruff key, 9 o'clock. My camshafts are data label facing up, top dead, piston ones top dead center. Everything's lined up ready for the timing gear. So now I'm setting up the oil pump. And this is where things get complicated. You know, all these installation processes have a torque sequence. All right, so you've already gone through the block, and we've already gone through the heads. And now this one's going to be even more complicated. So the first one is considered bolt 1. Requires it's an 8 millimeter. Requires 89 inch-pounds. It's the first bolt to torque. Right, did that one. Now I'm going to take torque wrench number 2, set to 18 foot-pounds with a 13 millimeter for bolt number 2. And I gotta torque this bad boy with its own. Yep, that's good. I'll pack the torque wrench number 1 for bolt number 3 for 89 inch-pounds. That's good. This one, sitting there thinking about this, has to go up to 177 inch-pounds because it's a bigger bolt. This is not 89, this is 177. 170, 176. Now we're good. 177 inch-pounds. Right, there we go. So now it's good. 89 on bolt number 1, 18 inch-pounds on bolt number 2, 89 again because they're the same size. Over here, inch-pounds, bolt number 3, bolt number 4, 177. So then you go back. You no longer need the torque wrench because they're all torqued. And you got to go back and you got to do. The next stage is going to be by degrees, right? All right, so now for stage number 2. Another pain in the neck. All right, so this one's going to be 45 degrees. There we go. And then 13. So 75 degrees. It's going to be about maybe there. It's the scientific method. There we go. Back to 8 millimeters. All right, this is going to be 45. 9 millimeters to 60 degrees, so it's a little more than 45. I'll start at the top, so this is about 90 here, 45 is here, so 60 is about here, right? That's it. RTV Ultra Black. This is a gasket maker, goes along the outer edge to seal the rear main seal to the block, and a little on the gaps here. I'm just going to torque it 89 inch-pounds in a star pattern. There to there, there to there, to here. Takes care of that. You don't want it to be too tight because they're little bolts. Alright, Mustang windage tray, which also acts as a oil pan gasket. I have new hardware here and here. Oil pickup tube. There's an O-ring on the end of it. Make sure it's there. And these are getting torqued to 10 foot-pounds for the initial pass. That's there, that's there, that's there. All right, here we go. So the first stage is 18 inch-pounds, followed by the second stage of 89 inch-pounds. My torque wrench doesn't go that low, which isn't going to make or break, so I just went to the lowest setting, which was 30. And the last stage is an additional 45, which I'm doing now. I've reached a really good stopping point. I have most of the stuff together. The sensors I put in off camera, they're pretty self-explanatory. 8mm bolt, 10mm bolts. The black one is the intake, gray is exhaust, and this long one's the crankshaft position sensors. Now that's just about it. It's coming along nicely. I still haven't gotten the cam in. Waiting on that to be delivered, but yeah, I can show that one in the next episode if it's really that important. Next one's going to be the big one because it completes the engine, and then we're getting closer and closer to seeing this bad boy in the car. That's what's really exciting me. Yep. Oh yeah. All right, so it's debatable as far as what causes the oil pump gear failures, but if you really think about it, you're taking, if you take a 2018 intake manifold and put it on an F-150 engine and then expect it to be happy at 8,000 RPMs with stock internals, then that's a recipe for disaster.
And Jack, remember, you are my number one. Haga.